Hi, this is Andrei, and let's take a look on a few modules that I've just launched recently. So I'm going to show you the three modules that meant for the same or similar purpose of the CV Gate voltage level control. And there are three modules, all of them are dual channel, and that is the basic module that has the LED indication and the voltage control that I explain later. This is the same module, but instead of simple LEDs, it has the two vintage arrow indicators. And the third module, basically pretty much the same as the two other modules, but instead of LEDs or arrow indicator, it has the digital voltmeter that you can set per channel. So let me explain what's the idea about these modules and why you may consider using it and what purpose of that. So basically, I started looking at the ways how you can integrate the modular system to other instruments, especially some vintage synthesizers, that some of them have some external control inputs, such as it could be the input to control the arpeggiator clock, it could be some other inputs that could take some voltage level. And in many ways, this voltage level that's coming out of a modular gear is different from that vintage instruments may expect. And some of them may have protection over voltage, others may not have that protection, so you do require adjusting the level between modular gear and to the input of the vintage synthesizers. So that's the whole purpose of these modules. It has 4 modes of operation. The fourth module is really simple. It's just a pass-through, and you use it simply to control and to see what's coming in. So for instance, if I connected it to the gate input in the pass-through module, in the pass-through version, I can just see the LED blinking means that the gate is coming in, and the same for this other the arrow indicator. So then the first two modes of operation, they are simply set to comply with the 5-volt voltage logic or 3.3 voltage logic. So for instance, if you integrate your gate output of your modular gear to some Arduino that have absolutely non-protected inputs, that in that case you set it to 3.3 voltage logic, and in that case everything is basically limited by the Zener diode here circuit, and it won't exceed the 3.3 voltage for logic operation. Same for 5 volts, and that's especially the case for some older vintage synthesizers, as I already mentioned, that have, for instance, the clock input for arpeggiator or some other triggers. And for that purpose, you just simply set it to 5 volts, and no matter what comes in, your gate can be really plus 10, plus 12, plus 12 volts, and simply it will be limited to this voltage. The third mode of operation is the attenuation. So here we have a multi-turn potentiometer per channel that you simply adjust what would be the ratio of attenuation per channel. So let's say you can connect the CV input, and CV input is typically between 0 and 5. You can have it between, instead of 0 and 5, between 0 and 3 volts. That's just a simple example, but for the same idea you can use it with the gate inputs. In that case, basically you have to manually set it and adjust it. So the same idea for others is just same modes of operation. The only difference here is how you visualize it. And obviously, in this example of case of a digital voltmeter, voltmeter is powered from the same circuit. So of course, be careful what your circuit can provide. So for instance, typical gate output is very limited, let's say to 12 to 20 milliamps, and this voltmeter alone is taking about 30 milliamps. So expect that. That's it. Thanks and good luck. Goodbye.